Now that's
I completely, I unfortunately can't contest to that. I would have to agree that, historically speaking, whites, if you want to put it in that perspective, have invented and been more prosperous to the growing of people, basically, in the world. I mean, no one can really disagree with that. But at the same time, you also have to look into the fact of where these people were, what they had to go up against. I mean, if you want to look at the blacks in Africa, when they're put in a nation which is much, I mean, the temperatures in which they're living in, the climate in which they're living in, the environment that they're living in might not have contested towards the
need to develop.
Thank you. The need to develop. Not to mention, with many of the whites, especially in Europe, that had the benefit of having religion much earlier in their lives.
Right.
They had. I mean, when they knew that they needed to make themselves as good as they could. I mean, these people have a 400, 500, 600, 700 year head start.
Okay.
Religion's been everywhere in the world,
now,
but at the same time,
let's just take your premise
okay,
to its logical conclusion. If certain races have had a head start, then you would have to agree that bridging the gap between the races that have had the head start and the races that haven't, especially a gap that really probably took place over 4, 5, 6, 700 years, bridging that gap is not possible. You cannot take a savage from the Serengeti, bring him to a country like America, and teach him to be a civilized citizen, because he's 500 years behind. His genetics are 500 years behind. And what I'm saying is, a lot of the reason for a lot of the crime and a lot of the savage crime is because these people are so far behind. I believe that we are not going to be able to make them assimilate because they simply lack the ability to assimilate, and that separation is what's best for all of us.
If you want to segregate and you want to separate, you'll probably do fine.
Yeah.
The problem now is we're at a fork in the road right now in history.
Yes.
I mean, we can either go down your road, which would be really hard to do, which is to completely separate everyone. Literally have one nation that doesn't allow any other races in.
Right.
I mean, this could certainly happen, but at the same time, that leaves everyone else out in the world to fend for themselves.
Well, hang on a second. Now, wait.
Okay.
You mean like Africa for Africans and Asia for Asians and Europe for Europeans, whites, and that kind of separation?
The reason, well, I'm saying literally ban the inclusion of any other races, and the reason this would be a problem is because when you literally put a ban on it, then you're not for helping people, you're for helping yourself. You become selfish within your own race. Why can't you give the hand to these people? I mean, if you honestly think that the blacks are horrible and that they're 500 years behind, then why don't you actually give them a helping hand and say, hey, you are a person just like I am. We are both people. We are both Homo sapiens. While we might have separate races, we certainly can achieve as much as we need to as long as we can help each other.
But doesn't
Sorry.
that fly in the face of nature? Isn't the law of nature that only the strong survive? What do we achieve by perpetuating the inferior?
Well, because we have not, I mean, scientifically speaking, if we had absolute scientific evidence to support that, I could agree with you. But as of yet, we have not scientifically found that blacks are not as smart as whites. So how do we absolutely, positively, without a doubt, know that blacks don't have the absolute ability to be as smart as whites?
All right, here's how.
Okay.
I'm 45. I was born in 1962.
Okay.
Would you agree with me that from 1962 to the present time, technology has spread around the globe, medicine has spread around the globe, quality of life or the understanding of how to better life has spread around the globe in just the last 45 years?
Absolutely.
Okay, so why is it then that in countries throughout Africa, people that you claim can be as smart as you and me, why is it that 45 years of my life where all this technology and knowledge has been available around the world, why is it those people still live in mud huts and still take baths in animal urine?
Well, while the technology is absolutely available, if one person aspired, hey, I'm going to go out and get a computer and internet service and I'm going to set it up right here, they could probably do that. But unfortunately, these people that are in these huts have been grown up. I mean, their parents were in those same kind of huts.
Yep.
So while they might have had the ability when they were 2 or 3 or 4 to turn into a prosperous adult, their entire existence has been going against them due to money, due to their environment, due to everything around them. I mean, they haven't had the ability to be as the same person that you're explaining.
Right.
You had more rights than they did.
Yeah, but I guess I should have phrased my question better, because what I'm really trying to say is a lot of people, a lot of white people from a lot of countries have in fact given hundreds of millions collectively, not individually, but collectively, have given hundreds of millions of dollars in cash, have given technology, have given patented materials, have given building supplies, have given construction equipment, and still that particular race of people never changes.
I know that they don't change, but
See?
again, they don't have the ability to. If that guy from Zimbabwe would have been born in the same place that you had been, or not even in the same place. Let's say that they were born in Los Angeles. They were born with a bunch of money in their family. I mean, they had every single thing that they could ever want given to them. Okay, how can you say that this person who had everything in front of them, and then they turn out to be a very smart intellectual person, starts their own business, does a bunch of this stuff? This person had the ability to do this. The people in Zimbabwe did not. Comparing the two is a necessity.
Let's compare somebody that more fits your definition. Let's compare Hal Turner to Mike Tyson.
Okay.
All right, both born in the United States.
Yes.
Both born to modest middle-class families.
Mm-hmm.
Both high school educated, no college.
Mm-hmm.
One goes on to be an athletic superstar, Mike Tyson, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hundreds of millions of dollars, $237 million that man earned. He is broke and bankrupt and has been in jail for rape.
Yeah.
It's the genetics, man. You got to understand this. It's the genetics.
Well, then what about Michael Jordan?
Wonderful success story. God bless him. I'm happy for him. I wish him all the best. Truly a decent human being.
What about genetics?
Luck of the draw? Maybe there's some white mixed in there somewhere. I don't know. But good for him.
Well,
I don't.
Well, again, I'm sorry. That's the only problem with. I mean, I don't even want to call them arguments, but we'll just call them conversations or discussions.
Positions.
We don't have any scientific evidence. So I mean, it's great that we can go back and forth like this, and I'm glad that I was able to take time to talk to you. But
okay.
I think we should just, as long as we can continue to voice our opinion, and as long as we're both able to I wish your show goes on forever, as long as you have the ability to continue, because no one should be shutting you down.
Cool.
But at the same time, you just got to take into effect that people are probably going to keep calling you and on if you if you act the way that you were earlier when the fake phone calls were coming. And I know you were angry, and I know the rants were going on in the beginning of the show, but that's what's feeding the fire. So
okay. All right. Well, I hope you feel I treated you fairly.
Absolutely. Thanks, man.
All right. Take good care.
So one last thing. I know you might not want to air this or not, but can I say one last thing?
Go ahead.
All right. Awesome. Millhouse is not a meme. Sorry about that, man.
All right. And it'll go out. See you later. Bye. That was quite a conversation. I think I held my own. He made some interesting points. Let me know what you think. Line's open. 201-484-0060.